While Ian dealt a cruel blow to much of the Gulf Coast, once again, the Tampa area was spared the brunt. Joining us now with more, Florida State Senator Janet Cruz. Senator Cruz, thanks so much for being with us. I want to talk about things on the ground there now. But first, let's go back. Someone mentioned lessons of the past. Do you think what happened just a few days ago will ultimately change how future hurricane response is handled as well?
Well, I certainly hope so. I think that people need to understand, and I was born and raised here and my family's been here for 4 generations, but the oceans are warmer. Our temperatures, this summer was brutal in Tampa. With the increased temperature, the storms get more and more vicious. And so if you're not paying attention, take a look at Fort Myers and Captiva Island, because that is the future. That is the future of hurricanes that we will see in Florida. Tampa Bay is a bit of a horseshoe, so when the water pushes into the bay, it has nowhere to go except onto land. So a direct hit for us is going to be quite devastating. We dodged a bullet this time, but I really feel for the folks in Southwest Florida.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And I know that we will get more into that. Like, is this the future of hurricanes, once some of the cleanup and the devastation is cleared? Senator, you say that you dodged a bullet. Your constituents didn't get hit, as was forecast initially. So what's the situation on the ground out there today?
Well, I don't know if Mother Nature is playing a joke on us, but it hasn't been this pretty a day in 6 months. It's absolutely gorgeous. There's not a cloud in the sky, and the weather is in the 70s. But there are trees that have been, I learned yesterday from the mayor of Tampa, who's my daughter-in-law, that they have these machines called pushers, and they go through the streets where there are fallen trees, and they push the debris to the side. And then later, another bigger truck comes, and they actually crane them in and take them to the landfill. But we have lots of branches dangling. We have, believe it or not, phone lines. They still do exist in some places, and the phone lines are down. We have people without power. I've been calling people in my district all day. Most of them are great. A couple of them said they still don't have power.
Yeah, and I know there's still a risk of flooding, but, obviously in comparison, certainly not as bad. Are any of the county's resources going to be going further south to help those who are so extremely devastated?
And we kind of set up camp in a hotel not far from my house. And I will tell you that we had a no-name storm in the 80s, and I live on the water, and our entire pool went into the water, and it wasn't even a named hurricane. So don't take anything for granted. I promise you it can happen at any time. But we were in a hotel, and there were, I bet, 100 young men mostly that had come down from other power companies. They were staying in Tampa to keep all of their equipment safe and waiting for deployment as to where they were headed.
Okay.
But it's really something to see in Florida when you see hundreds of power trucks kind of in a caravan. It's sad, but it warms your heart to see the way that we're helping neighbors.
Oh, yeah, there are always people who are there to help, which we are so grateful for. Senator Cruz, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.